Hello, and welcome to Dickinson's Real Deal. I suspect there are a few surprises on the way. Get up a head of steam.
I would like a little more than that.
What a shame.
I think they were off the trolley. Put it in your purse.
Thank you.
Going to auction is always a gamble, but will it pay off?
160 at the back, 170.
It's no money.
Lots and lots of bidding on this.
Lots and lots of bidding. We'd like to hear that. Today the show comes to you from Leek in Staffordshire. A great crowd of people have turned up. Are they going to put the cash in their pockets? Are they going to gamble and go to auction? I don't know, but one thing I know for sure, they all want the real deal.
Starting the show is Avril and her colourful vase. David Ford can't wait to get his claws into it.
Very nice Minton pot with owl motifs on it. Quite like that.
I want £500 for this. I'm going to put up a big fight, and I'm going to enjoy this big fight, and I will give him a run for his money.
Avril means business. This deal should be a hoot.
I like your vase. Tell me what you know about it.
The whole family, from grandmother, grandfather, 2 children, that worked in service for the Brocklehurst family, Switherley Hall. And when they left, they were allowed to take an item with them. They could go into the house and choose an item which they liked.
Anything they liked?
Anything they liked.
Right.
And that's where it's come from. And I feel it's sentimental value, but I feel instead of it sitting on top of a wardrobe, it would be better off in someone else's house who'd appreciate it.
Right. So do you know what you've got here?
I do, and I love it.
It's Minton.
Yes.
A wonderful factory producing a whole range of fantastic goods,
Yeah.
including things, rather like Dalton produced
Yes.
sanitary ware.
Yes.
Minton did too.
Yes.
You know, you could buy Minton baths and sinks and things like that. So a vast factory producing a vast range of things, and amongst it, lovely decorative things like this. Clearly marked on the bottom, impressed mark Minton.
Yes.
It's called Majolica.
Yes.
It's pottery.
Yes.
It's a wonderful blue colour,
Yes.
and it's decorated, most unusually, with these owls.
Yes.
So you've got the little owl faces going down, and here you've got little claw feet. It is a
Exquisite.
very, very attractive thing, isn't it?
I think my grandmother was the one that brought this from Switherley Hall because she liked the blue. She loved the cobalt blue.
Beautiful. I think it dates probably around about 1880, 1890.
Yes.
That sort of date.
Yes.
I've said lots of nice things about it. Now, just a couple of little criticisms. This has developed a few little crazing cracks. One down there and one down there.
Yes.
And they're a shame because we really do like these things to be perfect.
If you were born in the 1800s, you'd have a few cracks.
No, I've got them anyway. So this was sitting on top of the cupboard
Doing nothing. Gathering dust.
and you thought, turn it into cash.
Let's make it that it has a good home.
Shall I get some
Yes,
money
please.
out? Shall we get to that bit?
AMAP as much as possible.
AMAP. Well, there's 50. £150 I've put down so far.
AMAP.
I've put £200 down so far.
AMAP.
Here's David. He's going to give us a bit of input, I think.
He's my favourite
This
person.
is Avril, David.
Avril, £200 to £300 is the estimation, but this makes it rather unusual, that decoration, and because of that, and even with those hairline cracks, there probably still are a few remaining collectors of Minton Majolica that will bite at that.
Wow.
So 200, not a bad offer, though I have a feeling it might creep up over the 300.
There are 2 clients for this. There are the reduced number of Minton Majolica buyers, but there are also people that collect owls.
Yes.
And I've got people that collect owls on my list. I like this sufficiently to offer you the top estimate, which is £300.
Wow.
So if I was at the auction, I'd have to buy it and pay a little bit of
Commission.
auctioneer's permission.
And VAT.
So I reckon £300 is fair to you and gives me a chance, because I do like it and I want to buy it.
So we don't have any more.
No more,
Not
Avril.
another tenner.
No.
Not another fiver.
No, lovely as you are.
Abba, oh, thank you. That's kind.
£300 for your pot. Top estimate. Do we have a deal?
We do.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Avril gave David a run for his money, didn't she?
Very nice lady, but I liked her pot better. I think the pot is great. I'm very pleased to have it.
I am happy I got 300 because I didn't realise there were so many cracks in it.
It's not quite the £500 Avril originally wanted, but every little helps.
Lovely to meet you.
Next up is Isabella and her walnut magazine rack. Is Brenda Haller feeling generous? Touch wood.
You brought an old friend here?
Yes, I have.
Oh, how long have you had this?
When I think about it, it must be 20 years.
Only 20 years?
Yeah, and more.
And where did you buy it from?
From Tatton Park.
The big antique fair?
Yes, we used to go every year.
This is called a Canterbury?
Yes.
So you kept your magazines and your newspapers in
That's
here?
right, yes.
Lovely.
Yes.
So why are you wanting to sell it now?
Well, it's just lying there, and I don't have a lot of magazines now. And,
No.
Someone might really like it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I did. I
Yes.
loved it.
Yes.
But it's time for it to have a new home now.
This is around about 1865 to 1870. Beautiful fretwork in walnut with little brass feet. Very fashionable up
Yes.
until about 5 years ago.
Yes, they were.
You've heard the old story about the brown furniture and it's gone that way.
I know, and it's very, very sad.
It's very
really.
sad because people have gone into minimalistic. The youngsters are wanting sort of clean lines. I mean, they're still buying 1920s with streamlined
Yes,
sort of
yes.
looks, but they're not into the Victorian and Georgian furniture anymore.
No.
Because they don't want the heavy look.
There's no
I
character
know.
in anything.
You would have paid, what, £300 or £400 for this?
More than that.
Well, it was an investment at that point.
Well, it is investment.
We didn't know
We
that
all-
brown furniture was going to
No,
go
no,
down,
no,
did we?
no.
This is very pretty, but you've
I
knocked
know.
it about a little
no,
bit.
No, this was like this when I had it. We haven't.
Really?
No, we haven't knocked it. No.
Wow.
No, I don't
So
know
you've
why.
paid all that money with
Yes.
this damage?
It cost quite a bit to put those right.
Oh, absolutely, because you'd have to have them returned.
Returned, yes.
And then there's little breaks as well, dotted throughout.
Yes, you just go in it at the deep end
Oh,
and
my
think, oh, I like it,
goodness.
I'll have it.
Oh, I feel so embarrassed now because of what it's worth.
No,
To me,
it's all
I feel
right.
so embarrassed.
No.
All right, I'll put some money down on the table. I'll find my purse. Oh, that's where it is. I knew I'd put it somewhere. Oh my goodness, Isabella, I don't know what to put down. David, help.
Well, I've been watching from the sidelines. What we've got here is something quite different. We have a piece of walnut, a piece of parlour or drawing room accessory furniture. Today's estimate, and they are being on the meanie side, they are saying £200 to £300. David says you shouldn't even be considering selling it at that.
No.
I'm going to say you want £300 for this, and if you don't get £300, we're going off to auction. This is still marvellous value for money for anybody at £300 plus a bit.
Oh my goodness. Isabella, I see there's a lot of work on it
Yes.
for me. I mean, I will just put £200 on the table.
No.
But you'd be foolish to take it,
Yes.
and I don't want you to be foolish.
Thank you.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, he's
How much
back.
is that?
200, David. I know it's an insult.
Put it in your purse.
Thank you.
We can't be having that on this programme.
No, we can't, David.
We've
I
got to
know.
get that off to the auction, and if
know.
it doesn't sell, you're taking it home, darling. It's as simple as that.
You're going to auction?
Yes.
All right. Lovely to meet you,
Thank you
sweetheart.
very much.
But can I have some of your diamonds? You've got the most beautiful rings. So next time, bring those to me.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank you very
Isabella.
much
Thank
indeed.
you.
Thank you.
I don't know how Isabella's going to do at auction. There's lots of repairs, old repairs. I think she's going to be disappointed.
Well, we all hope you're wrong, Brenda. Auctioneer Annabelle Brammer is ready and waiting.
I think we have something here which is very appealing. It's very usable in a modern home.
Yes.
It's coming up now. You've placed a £200 reserve on it, very reasonable. In fact, I think that's quite low. It should bring more than that. Come on, let's get some money for this Canterbury. It's a beautiful item.
35 is the Victorian walnut 4-section Canterbury, circa 1850. Great little lot, good colour, very practical here, and £150 to start. 150 is bid, 160. 160 at the back, 170.
It's no money. 160, 170, 180.
90, 200, and 20, 240, 260, 280 is it. At £260, 280 anywhere else. At 260, anyone else?
260, they can't make the 280.
£60 the hammer's raised.
The gavel's gone down at £260. I'm afraid that's the state of play today. It's a little bit disappointing. There is some commission to take off. And a quick calculation, I make that £213 that you're going to take home. The only thing I can say is this, darling, you've had it for many years, you've enjoyed it.
I've enjoyed it, and I hope someone else enjoys it.
How nice of you to say so. You've enjoyed it. On the day, £213 take home, that was the real deal.
That was a close call. Isabella is only taking home £13 more than Brenda's offer. So maybe she was on the money after all. Some watches never go out of fashion.
Henry?
And Henry Nichols has one with a big name.
I always like to try and buy Amigas, so I'll have a go at this one.
That's good news for you, Donald.
One of my favourite watch makes. Have you had it long?
It's about 1950s.
1950s, yeah.
My son's granddad's.
You're absolutely right. 1950s, classic Seamaster automatic watch, subsidiary dial on the bottom there. It's probably one of their most iconic watches. The sad part about this, or depending on how you view it, the good part maybe, is that it is only gold plated. Being gold plated obviously reduces its value, but it makes it more appealing to those people that perhaps can't afford to buy a gold watch. Let's just have a look here. That's good. We've got the original buckle there with the Omega symbol at the top. The strap is in really, really lovely condition. It looks to be the original strap, to me.
I like the look about it. It's got a beautiful look.
It's got a beautiful look, but have you not thought about keeping it and wearing it yourself?
I've got three.
You've got three?
Watches.
Bit like me, spoilt for choice, one for every day of the week. And your son definitely doesn't want it?
No, he just got a new one for his 21st there, so, and it's chunky and up to date, modern.
Well, let's get some money out and let's see what we can do. 20, 40, 60, 80, £100. You're not looking very impressed with me at all on that.
No.
120, £140. Okay. £150.
No. A wee bit away.
A wee bit away. £170. I'm getting very close to where I want to be with it. £190. That's a good bid. That's a really, you see, telltale smile on your face. I'm getting into the sort of realms of where you want to be with it. Okay. David?
Two estimations. The lowest area is 150, going up to 250. Certainly, we're looking up towards the top end. It would appear to be TikTok a goer. I think that's fashionable at the moment, very desirable in its condition, and I think you need to be up somewhere near the top estimate. He's got to sell it and make a profit, but watches are doing well in the marketplace, and should you go to auction, I don't think you'd have any trouble with this one. It's in good condition.
Thank you, David. Okay, we've got 190 on the table. £210. Donald, have we got a deal?
We've got a deal.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I would have been happy with £200, but Henry came in and gave me £210.
Never look a gift horse in the mouth, Donald.
There are always people out there to buy them, and I can guarantee that within 48 hours of me leaving today, it'll be sold.
Henry, that's a big boast. We'll find out if you deliver. Coming up, an Art Deco bag takes Janice back to the Roaring '20s.
I can imagine it's been to some very spectacular parties and balls. It's beautiful. Just the height of all the flappers.
Will Janice be clutching the bag all the way home?
It's glorious.
Find out after the break.
Where have you been? Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal.
So I'm Janice.
Hi, Janice.
Judith's brought in a bag, making Janice Kehoe yearn for a bygone age.
It's absolutely stunning. Typical piece of 1920s jewellery. You can just imagine it having the most fantastic parties and being taken all over the place. So I really hope I can buy it. I love it.
Wow, she really does rate this. But what will she put on the table?
It's a beaded bag that has been passed down through our family. Never been out of the box as far as I'm aware, but very pretty, very girly.
And why do you want to sell it?
Because it's just in a box, in the loft, and really it needs to be used, or just be with somebody who would enjoy it.
So have you ever known it to be used at all?
No.
No? Oh, what a shame. It's beautiful. It's really heavy as well.
It is,
Because are they metal beads?
I think so, yeah.
Were your family involved in making these at all?
No, but I think it's come down through my aunties who were in the mill industry, were seamstresses, interested in fashion.
Oh, yeah. It's really interesting. I think it's about 1920s, and it's got its original box, which is lovely.
Yeah.
And if you can see on the box, it came from Rue Saint-Honoré in Paris.
Yeah.
And I can imagine it's been to some very spectacular parties and balls when it was first made. All the different colours along here, they're all different types of metal. And I thought at first it was glass, because I have seen these in the past made from glass.
And are these glass, or are those
No,
metal?
they're little metal beads that have been threaded around the end to make a loop. I've never come across one of these before, and it was made for a lady just to put over her wrist, and she'd have put a handkerchief and a lipstick, maybe a dance card, and some emergency taxi money to get home with, I would think. It's simply glorious, and it's a typical example of 1920s Art Deco.
Extravagance, really.
Extravagance, yes. Right, see if I can buy it from you. 20, 40, 60, £80.
Because of the condition and the box,
Yeah,
I'd higher, I think.
a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okie doke. What about £100?
Another 20 and I'd be,
Okay,
yeah.
120. I just think it's fabulous. Okay, so 120. Do we have a deal?
We have a deal.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Why did you just pay twice the estimate, Janice?
I love it. I don't think I'm going to sell it. I think I'm going to keep it. I just think it's superb.
But that's not going to help your bank balance, is it?
I'm pleased that Janice is going to enjoy the bag, and I'm going to put the money towards visiting my brother in New Zealand.
Enjoy your trip, Judith.
I'm David.
Back to David Ford. He's been joined by Roger and his trinket.
Roger, you bought me in a little silver box that looks suspiciously like a vinaigrette.
Yes, yep.
So tell me about it. How did you come to own it, and why are you selling it?
It was owned by my mother previously, who's now passed on, and it was previously it belonged to her sister. So it does go back in the family a long way, but I have no idea how far it goes back.
It's a family thing, really,
It is a
isn't
family
it?
thing.
So what's made you decide to sell it now?
Well, it's just sitting in a drawer, and the children have said to me they don't want it really. So.
And you said,
It's
David
fine.
Ford's in town, I'll
That's
take it into him.
That's right. Yeah. It's in very, very good condition, actually.
Have a little look at it. It's nicely marked. It's got the Birmingham hallmark for 1804, so it's George III. It's quite old.
Yeah.
And actually, I do know the makers too. They're Cox and Bettridge, who are well-known Birmingham silversmiths,
Right.
particularly making small pieces of silver.
Right.
I mean, vinaigrettes are interesting things, aren't they? In a less sanitary time, when the people threw their sewage out of the window, the streets, and people didn't bathe as we do today, and consequently the streets were pretty horrid. And in here would be a piece of sponge, and that would be soaked with a highly spiced aromatic vinegar,
Yep.
hence vinaigrette.
Yes.
And you'd put that in there and walk along the road going in a rather superior way, sniffing that rather than the area surrounding. But it's a nice little box. It's small, it's nicely engine turned on the top, and I quite like it. So how much do you want for it then, Roger?
Depends how much you're going to offer.
£20 won't do it?
Nowhere near.
No, nowhere near. £40? No?
No.
How about £60?
No, I think a bit more than that, David.
Really?
I do, yes, yeah.
I think I'm getting near where I want to be with your little box. I'll go to 65. We've got some input.
Yes.
David the Oracle is
Well,
here.
you know, Roger, these vinaigrette were very, very popular at one time. They were bringing 140, 160, 180. Times are not as good as that, and perhaps this is not quite as good as some of the examples that I've seen. Our estimation from the independent valuers and the auctioneer starts around about 60 and goes up to 100. You have got 65 on the table there. I would not be tempted at 65 to pick up that cash. Not the best one in the world, but it's worth more than that.
Okay.
Ooh, that put me in my place, didn't it?
It did, I'm afraid, yeah.
£65. I thought that was quite a good bid in the current climate, as they say.
Well, David's saying up to 100, isn't he? So,
Well, yeah, I mean, he goes to auction, makes £100, and you're going to walk away with 85 on a good day.
on a good day.
I'll take the fiver away, put a tenner down, £70, Roger.
Okay, that's a deal.
We have a deal. I'm so pleased. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. I feel like a fair deal, and I'm going to spend the money towards a holiday.
Very pleased with that. Late Georgian. And I think there's a margin of profit in it.
No doubt you'll sniff out a good price, David. Still to
Nick.
come.
Nick, good to see
The
you.
Duke speaks his mind.
I think our independent valuers and auctioneers were way out.
Now, tell us what you really think, David.
I think they were off the trolley.
And Brenda does a double take.
Hello, Brenda.
Hello, Brenda.
This is silly.
But which Brenda will come out on top? The folk of Leek are keeping David and the dealers on their toes.
I'm Henry.
A pretty silver bracelet has turned up on Henry's table.
I'd like to have about £70 for it.
OK, let's see what you get for your knick-knack, Nick.
A piece of Scottish jewellery you
That's
brought in for
right.
me today.
Yep.
What can you tell me about it?
Very little, actually. I know that it was in my mother's family.
Yeah.
And I've never seen my mother ever wear it, actually.
Right. Is there
It's-
Scottish blood in the family, or...?
There is.
OK, so it's probably
that,
been handed down.
lays credence to its origin.
Indeed, indeed. Quite often, these aren't actually hallmarked, and this one isn't.
Yeah.
We know it's Scottish because just of this typical design, you've got the agate stones here,
Yeah.
and this type of bracelet with the agates, this belt and buckle design was typical of that 19th century Scottish jewellery, and in actual fact they still produce it today.
Oh, yeah, okay.
The difference with the pieces that they produce today is that they are hallmarked
Yeah,
either with a proper English assay mark or they're stamped sterling.
yeah.
It's a lovely design. I would put a date of probably 1880 or 1890 on it.
Right.
The way that it actually goes together, I mean, this is the bit I love. Pull this
Yeah,
little
right.
catch there, and out comes the
It's like
buckle.
a buckle.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's just really, really nice. Quite unusual in the way that it's been made.
Yeah.
Each one of these links, they're all made of silver, all cast, and they're hollow silver as well, as opposed to being solid silver. So if you do dent them, unfortunately, you can't really repair them.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose you could do, but it would probably cost more than the item's worth to do it.
Yeah.
Why are you getting rid of such a fantastic piece of your heritage?
As I say, it's been in the family
in a drawer
Yep.
for so many years. It is something which is interesting and would obviously suit somebody better.
Yeah.
Somebody who would wear it.
Yeah. So I think it's over to me, really, isn't it?
Go on, yeah.
To put some money on the table that's going to tempt it away from you. 20, 40, 60, 80, £100, Nick. How do you feel about that?
Bit disappointed.
Bit disappointed.
Yeah, but I suppose as a first offer.
Scottish jewellery is very, very collectible until you start getting damage. Now, unfortunately, I have noticed that 2 of the agates are actually damaged, both on the hinge, one just there and one just there. Now, once they're damaged, it's incredibly hard to repair them. Collectors...
But that's part of its charm.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
It's history.
It is history. You're very good.
No, I think that's a quality. That shows it has life. History
It shows
behind
it's been well loved, but it's also damage. I don't mind a bit of damage to it, but unfortunately my customers do.
Well, first of all, let me just say, I think it's a spectacular item. I think our independent valuers and auctioneers were way out. 60 to 80, 40 to 60, they're in that kind of range. I think what's on the table is a realistic offer considering the condition, but I still rate that. And I think the independent valuers and auctioneer, I think they were off the trolley, because I think it was worth a lot more than that. But it is a nightmare to try and restore.
Thank you, David. If that was in perfect condition, I'd be putting £250 down on the table without hesitating. But unfortunately, the damage does come into it.
I understand that, yeah.
I'll go another 10. £110.
Change the brown for a blue, and we've got a deal.
Do you know what, Nick? I appreciate the offer, but I'm going to say no. I'm at my limit of where I want to be. So I'm going to be really stubborn. For once in my career, I'm going to be really stubborn with a piece of jewellery and say no,
Falls on
110.
me.
I'm sorry, Nick, but it does.
We make a deal then.
Thank you very much indeed, Nick. You're a star. I was actually amazed that Nick decided to let me have the bracelet. I really thought he was going to push it to go to auction.
I was hoping for 70 and I was a bit surprised when he put 100 on the table. But I thought, I'm not going to give him my game away.
Well played, Nick. Now, we don't usually allow dogs in the den, but how could we turn these 2 cuties away?
Madame, Monsieur, we have a pair of little French poodles.
Comment c'est le deal, then?
Hello, Brenda.
Hello, Brenda.
This is silly. This is very silly.
I know.
And we've got 2 matching poodles.
This is true.
Tell me your story about your poodles.
My poodles was given to my daughter, actually, when she was a little girl, when she used to go around her grandma's, and she sent her back home with them probably about 30 years ago.
Oh.
So I've had them quite a while.
And when did Grandma buy them?
I can't remember when she bought them, but I know she bought them from an antique shop in Leek.
They're Dresden, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
But they're modern Dresden. In an antique world, to us, they're modern. They're around about 1970.
Right.
So that to us is not antique, it's collectible.
No. Yes.
That comes under collectible.
Yes.
We know they're Dresden because obviously the back stamp on the bottom is quite clearly the Dresden mark, the modern Dresden mark. German factory, very high quality porcelain. There was Meissen, Dresden, Sitzendorf, Vollstadt. I could go on and on and on. All those factories in Germany and all that area, they produce fantastic pieces. Even today, they're still producing. They're very pretty, they're not damaged in any way. I couldn't see any damage. Are they okay?
I think they're fine, yes.
Okay. Are you aiming to give the money to your daughter? Is that what we're doing?
No, not really.
You're just being selfish. You're just being absolutely
I'm having some
selfish.
decoration done, so...
Oh, are you?
Yeah, she could have the money if she likes to.
You'll ask her?
I will ask her, yes. No,
Okay.
you've said that to me.
Absolutely. Because they were given to her.
It was given
Come
to
on,
her,
Mother.
yes. It was given to her.
All right. I'm going to get my purse out.
Right, this is the famous purse.
The famous purse. £20 and £20. That's £40.
Right.
That's £20 for bread. And £20 for Frederica.
Right. I would like a little more than that, really.
Would you?
Yeah.
What a shame.
Well, we do have the same name.
We do. Do you like your name?
Don't mind it. I've had it for quite some time.
Yeah, my elder sister's called Barbara. I wanted her name.
Oh no, I don't
but she
like
got
Barbara.
It. Don't you?
No, I don't like it.
No, no. So are you taking the £40 or not?
I was hoping that you was going to be nice and give me £50.
Do you know, I'm not nice.
You are.
You hate me.
I don't.
You hate me, Brenda.
No, I don't.
Well, just either take the £40 or I bet you'd like a day out with David.
No, I'll
you?
take the £40.
Are you sure?
Yes. Yeah.
You're absolutely positive?
Yes. I've enjoyed the day with you.
I've had a lovely day with you. You're such a character. Thank you, Brenda.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Frederick and Frederica are coming home with me. So where am I going to put them? I know, I'll sell them. That's a good idea.
You're a genius, Brenda. How do you think these things up? Still to come. The Duke gets stoked up.
I think there are railway memorabilia collectors out there that would give their left arm for this. Get up ahead of steam. Woo, woo.
But will Janice's offer leave our seller chuffed?
Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal.
Do you remember the smell of coal smoke and the hiss of steam? Our last deal will take you right back to those glorious days.
Hello, David. I'm Janice.
David has something very special for Janice.
What have you brought for me today?
Well, this painting here,
Yeah.
the artist is somebody that I've been following for probably 40 or 50 years, George Heron.
Yeah.
I started off train spotting like most of us youngsters did in the
Yes.
50s.
Yeah.
And one of my heroes really was Ian Allen, who produced these ABC locomotive
Oh,
books.
yes. Yeah.
And alongside this was George Heron,
Yeah.
who painted a lot of locomotives,
Yeah.
and Ian Allen commissioned them from him.
Oh, right. Didn't realise that.
And then in the late 90s, I was fortunate enough of seeing a selection of paintings coming up for sale, which were originally owned by Ian Allen,
Yeah.
and this was one of them.
Yeah.
So I went along with the hope of buying one. I was very fortunate because
Yeah.
I could just about afford it at the time.
Yeah. Did you buy it unframed?
It was unframed, yes.
Yep. And you've had it beautifully framed, and it's the locomotive class A1 Holyrood, leaving Waverley Station.
That's correct, yes.
Yep. George Heron, is he still alive?
No, he isn't, unfortunately. He
Yeah.
died in, I think it was 2002.
Okay, and I know his work is used in jigsaws and
Very much
postcards
so. A
and
lot of
things.
things like this is where I first saw him.
Yes. And when do you think this picture was painted?
1990.
So when would that train have actually been?
Well, the train would have been about the 1950s or 60s by the
Yeah.
colour of the coaches and the emblem
Yeah.
on the side of the
Yeah.
tender there.
Yeah, it's a beautifully executed watercolour, it really is.
Well, when you come to think of somebody painting all these sleepers,
Yes.
oh,
Yeah, well,
must have so time-consuming. The coal,
I
yes.
think he's done the coal really well. Then you've got all the other engines
That's
in
right,
the
in the background. Part of the painting I actually like is the smoke coming just out of the chimney.
Oh, it's fantastic.
There were actually 42 of his paintings for sale at this particular auction, and that's the one I wanted out
That's
of all
the one.
42.
Oh, brilliant. And you managed to get it?
I did, yes.
But why are you selling it?
Well, now I'm a bit older, I'm more interested in 19th century paintings,
Oh, I see.
and
Yeah.
my room is full of them. And I
Gosh.
want to buy another one,
Yeah.
so I've taken this down because it didn't fit in with the rest, and then
Yeah.
I can go and buy something else.
Right, okie doke. Well, I'll see if I can buy it from you, David.
Right.
$100. 250. How am I with that?
Oh, golly. Not really.
Not really. Am I a long way out?
A very long way away, yes.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to come in for a bit of help here because I've had a chat with you earlier on and I've seen this item. Now, I know that you bought this in auction many years ago. How long
Yes.
ago?
1996.
Okay. And you paid about £250, thereabouts.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it has great appeal. I think there are railway memorabilia collectors out there that would give their left arm for this. I think there's somewhere around about 700 to £1,000 here. That's what the indication is from our auctioneer and from our independent valuers. Perhaps £1,000 is pushing the boat out or getting too much steam up, but I think it's certainly worth 700 quid. We have a very nice provenance and background here. We know how you've acquired it. We know it's an honest item. It needs to be more than that. So I'm going to suggest auction is the place for this. That's where the railway memorabilia people will be.
Yep.
And fingers crossed, we'll get up ahead of steam in the sale room, woo, woo, and we'll get a good price for it.
Thank you.
I do tend to agree with David. I think if you get two collectors who really want this, it could actually fly away. I'll put a bit more money down, just to try. If I put another £100 down, so we're down at 350.
Well, having listened to David, I think I'll take his advice and go to auction with it.
Thank you
for your offer anyway.
Thank you. Good luck at auction.
Thank you. I thought it was a very fair offer from somebody who doesn't really understand or have the emotion for railways like I do.
That's very generous of you, David. You could be on the right track going to auction. Let's find out how the painting goes down in the sale room.
At £10.
What did you think about the 350 offer?
Well, to be perfectly candid, I was well pleased with that. I would have accepted it had not the valuers said it was worth a bit more.
Okay, so this is an unusual situation whereby he would have taken it, but our independent valuers placed a value of £700 to £1,000. Were they right? We're about to find out. It's coming up now.
185 is the George Heron Waverley Edinburgh watercolour. Lots and lots of bidding on this.
Lots and lots of bidding. We'd like to hear that.
£180, 780, 800 is it in the room? 800 for it. At 780, 800, 800 on the web. 820, 820.
Hey, this is all right.
Hey, this is all right.
850, 880, 880, 900. 900, but £900, 920 anywhere. At £900.
£900.
For it. At 900.
The gavel has gone down at £900. A great result. What's your first thoughts about the price?
Well, it was well worth coming to your show, David.
Just a second, Dave. What was that you said, Dave?
Well worth coming to your show.
Just in case you missed it. Well worth coming to the show. £900 under the gavel. David is delighted. He's taking home just under 740 quid. Any ideas yet what a railway anorak is going to do with 738 quid?
Yes, definitely.
Go on, tell me.
A French ormolu clock.
Okay. So a railway anorak is going to buy a French ormolu clock. So I'm sure you'll get a lot of pleasure out of that on the day. Real deal and a great deal. 900 quid, taking home £738. Boo boo!
Well done, David. Let's see if our dealers are laughing as much as you.
And what have you brought for me today?
Janice was happy to take the 1920s bag home.
I think I'm going to keep it. I just think it's superb.
And that's just what she did. Brenda had a clever plan for the poodles.
I know, I'll sell them.
But she didn't and decided to keep them. So neither of the girls have made a profit today. Come on, you two. Henry made a bold claim about the 1950s Amiga watch.
Within 48 hours of me leaving today, it'll be sold.
And he did just that. But it's no good selling it quickly if you have to take a loss on it, Henry. Thankfully, he redeemed himself with the Scottish bracelet, selling it on for £160. Head and shoulders above the rest of the dealer pack is David Ford. He pocketed the little vinaigrette.
Walk along the road going in a rather superior way.
He moved it on and trousered a cute profit. However, it was the Minton that made him minted. He passed it on to a specialist collector for £400. But Mr Ford's profit is small fry compared to what steam engine enthusiast David earned.
And what have you brought for me today?
Auctioning his steam train painting by George Heron bagged him a whopping £738.
What a result. Boo, boo. Don't forget to join me, David Dickinson, next time at Dickinson's Real Deal. See you.